Previously on WrestleMania 33. Well, fuck you, WWE. A major championship at WrestleMania is being contested between two part-timers. This is a situation where neither one of these guys are scheduled to appear at any events anytime soon following the conclusion of this event. Of course, I'm going to give this 50 sins, but if this had been the main event, it would have been 100 sins. Also, at least we knew that Brock Lesnar would be returning later on, whereas Goldberg would not, so that just made it obvious that Brock was going to win this match.
Citrus Bowl here in Orlando.
Michael, the Citrus Bowl is the former name of this place. This place is now called the Camping World Stadium.
For this much-anticipated rematch.
Much anticipated? The only exciting thing that could ever happen about Brock versus Goldberg is having everyone turn on a stopwatch and record how long the match will be. To be honest, we would have all done just fine if this match never even existed and the Universal title match could be contested by wrestlers who actually deserve it.
Does Goldberg have Lesnar's number?
What kind of question is that? Does Goldberg have Lesnar's number? I don't know. Maybe the 2 victories and the Royal Rumble elimination could answer that question. I could be wrong. If anything, the question should be, does Brock have Goldberg's number, considering Brock's been a loser literally every time he and Goldberg faced off in the ring. Discount John Cena. Here's a hilarious fail that only those in attendance at WrestleMania saw, including me, and that's WWE showing the Hall of Fame picture of ravishing Rick Rude during Goldberg's entrance, as though Rick just rose back from the dead and surprised everyone by conquering Brock Lesnar. There's an 85-yard ramp awaiting Goldberg, and yet he spends more time trying to find his way to the stage than actually going down the ramp. If anything, why didn't they just begin his entrance on the stage or something? Or at least have his locker room be close to the stage entrance so we wouldn't have to wait for him for nearly 2 minutes. Also, this entrance may be shorter than the match itself, but it's shockingly over half the length of this nearly 5-minute match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm guessing the WWE Champions app advertisement is likely to give the viewers something to look at while they wait for Goldberg to cross the long-ass ramp in this already too long entrance.
This one is going to be big. This one's going to be epic.
You're good at making jokes, Corey.
German suplex to Goldberg.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay, I admit that spear out of nowhere surprised the hell out of me, and now I am removing a sin. Which is shockingly the first time ever that I've removed a sin in a match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
It's almost superhuman response.
To be quite honest, the only reason this match lasted nearly 5 minutes is because for a majority of it, Goldberg either circled around Brock a few times or he poses for the fans.
Goldberg, look for the jacket.
What are you, The Undertaker?
Look for the spear. Oh,
Holy motherfucking shit!
F5. Brock Lesnar is the new universe.
4 minutes, 45 seconds. Despite that, and despite Brock finally defeating Goldberg, this match was still boring and predictable. What a waste of a Universal title match. See you in a few months, Brock.
But once he started ripping off the German suplexes.
Ripping off the German suplexes? Are you insinuating that Brock was committing copyright infringement? Or are you just being an idiot again, Michael? Got nothing against the SmackDown Women's title match, but I am wondering why it was put second to last on the match card, especially when we knew it wouldn't be full of excitement like the other matches. Seriously, I actually believe that this match was cancelled 4 hours into the show. There are actually stupid dumbasses out there that called Mickie James racist for wearing this outfit. They didn't even take 5 seconds of their time for a simple Google search and realize that Mickie is actually part of the Powhatan tribe. Would you call me racist if I entered WrestleMania wearing a similar outfit and not Google the fact that I am 75% Native American and part of the Mohawk tribe? Also, I'm actually going to remove a sin because I like seeing Mickie embracing her Native American heritage as I would for mine. James Ellsworth somehow snuck his way into WrestleMania. Of course I'm going to add in a sin because, duh. Here's to hoping that Natalya didn't fall off that ramp because she couldn't see shit. Almost like how Bayley also nearly fell off the stage earlier.
It's hashtag blow time.
Quit promoting the stupid hashtags. You know, it would have been more exciting if this match was made into a 6-pack elimination match, because first pinfall or submission can happen out of nowhere and take away any possible epic moments.
Opportunity. Oh! Neckbreaker.
There is way too much shit going on for me to focus on anything. I might accidentally shoot someone in the crowd with a sin gun because it's moving from left to right so much. I don't care who's wearing it. That Car Mania jacket is a sin because it's going to confuse a lot of people into thinking that cars are involved with WrestleMania for some reason.
Get out of my way!
Or you could pin her and retain your title. Seems to make much more sense than just yelling at Carmella to get out of the ring. Let it be put on record that James Ellsworth just tried to hit a female in a PG show where males and females are barred from facing off against each other. Or maybe he decided to hit a female because it's his biggest hobby. Sure, Becky, take all the time in the world. It's not like this event has been going on for 4 hours and we still got an hour left. That'd be ridiculous.
On the ring.
Nope, 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 nope.
Hometown girl Naomi. Whoa.
Haha, you slipped.
Italian.
Haha, you slipped too.
James could be champion right here.
Convenient of Mickie James to move Natalya around before pinning her on the very moment that Becky was preparing a leg drop. Ha.
She did it.
After Alexa Bliss had already tapped out, Naomi continues to have the hold locked in. What poor sportsmanship. Post-match dance celebration was actually very fun to watch, and dance to as well, I admit it. I'm docking off a sin. What's up with the suits? The other look you guys had was a lot better. Nothing against suits, but I'm just saying.
You know what time it is.
It's almost midnight and I'm exhausted. Also, what's up with that cat-looking thing in Xavier's hand? WWE once again with their false number of people in attendance, just like WrestleMania last year. That was horrible. 101,000 plus when there was actually less than 90,000. Jesus, that was bad.
Could tonight mark the changing of the big dog?
Nope.
This is my yard now.
Because, reasons? Seeing Jim Ross out here to call the final match of The Undertaker is definitely taking some sins off because there ain't no better commentator to call that match than good old JR. But once again, I'm laughing because we have JR starting his entrance almost at the end of the rampway instead of the full length. You know you could have had him already at the announce desk like Jerry Lawler was earlier tonight.
No holds barred!
Wait, what? Since when was this match changed into a no holds barred match? The way this match was hyped up in the rivalry, a no-holds-barred match makes absolutely no sense. This is the most random of stipulation changes I have ever seen in WWE.
Roman Reigns had a couple WrestleMania goes with Brock Lesnar.
A couple of WrestleMania agos. I think you meant to say WrestleManias ago, because agos is not even a word.
And he's got so much to gain with a victory over the dead man.
How? Seriously, how? What can Roman Reigns possibly achieve from this match? Ever since Brock Lesnar killed the streak 3 years ago, defeating The Undertaker at WrestleMania is no longer a special accomplishment. And if you tell me he makes The Undertaker retire, that is bullshit, because this match is not a retirement match, and thus the decision was Undertaker's and not Roman's. Amazing to see The Undertaker rising up from the middle of the entrance ramp, but once again this goes back to my previous argument of this 85-yard long ramp. Just like with Bray Wyatt earlier, what is the point of having a ramp this long if a lot of your wrestlers are not even walking down the full length?
What is Roman Reigns feeling right now?
Probably the thought of becoming the most hated wrestler in professional wrestling today.
Striker with the body shots.
All up the Taker, dominating.
Just waiting for Undertaker to say, "Still my yard" on this side for the remaining 2 sides of the ring that Roman has yet to go flying out of. I am almost asleep at this point because Roman has decided to take a long walk around the ring instead of getting back in and continuing the match. As if this pay-per-view wasn't already too long.
Oh, did you hear that?
No, we're deaf. Of course we heard that. And if someone posts a comment saying, what if Michael was saying that to deaf people watching, my response to that is they would not have heard even Michael saying, did you hear that? Take that, Stairs.
Oh, and a headbutt.
A vile.
It's one thing to walk off a headbutt, however Roman is walking as though taking a headbutt means walk casually and thus no selling it at all. Ow, my MMA glove!
Covered it, looking for the cover.
Roman kicked out at 1, that wasn't a 2-count ref.
I'm out. And the
Probably should have chokeslammed Roman on the table that actually had its top off, and that just sounded sexual. What the hell is wrong with me? Also, why did Undertaker bother taking apart the American announce table if he was just going to chokeslam Roman onto the untouched German announce table?
end is near. Oh my God!
Dang, that spear through the table was so awesome. I don't care how many viewers are Roman haters. Roman Reigns earned some sin removers for that great moment. Aw, how sweet. I heard that Roman and this ring post are engaged. Wedding's in a few months.
Stick.
The final last ride ever delivered by The Undertaker was sadly not a last ride at all, as Undertaker didn't lift Roman up in the air before slamming him. Just a regular powerbomb.
Reigns.
Don't touch my chair. Bad Roman.
Oh, right in the spine.
Are you kidding me right now? Michael, Undertaker connected the chair shot to Roman's hip, not his spine. Do you not know where the spine is located? That's right, get a full view of my balls, Roman.
This should do it right here.
At least once per WrestleMania over the last 9 years, with the exception of one, somebody always kicks out of the Tombstone Piledriver at least one time, and thus surprises none of us these days. It'd be better if Undertaker waited until the for sure end of the match to deliver the move.
He damn sure ain't gonna give any.
She? She? Did JBL just call the motherfucking Undertaker a she? What the hell, man?
Look out. Oh, right.
Haha, you both failed.
The Undertaker.
Okay, this is just humiliating. Roman is not even in the right position for the Hell's Gate. With his head to the side, his throat is not even affected at all by Undertaker's leg. Quit no-selling everything, Roman. You're embarrassing the Undertaker in his final match.
Bottom rope, the referee will be forced to make a break.
Are you serious, JR? You, of all people, should know that throughout the decades of no-holds-barred matches, there are no rope breaks. Because there are no disqualifications, and thus Undertaker could have the Hell's Gate locked in the entire time. Also, The Undertaker only broke Hell's Gate because Roman wasn't in a proper position, not because Roman put his foot on the ropes. That's to all who believe Undertaker let go because of the foot on the rope.
The DQ or pinfall has to happen in the ring.
What? DQ or pinfall has to happen in the ring? For one thing, I have a craving for the best ice cream in the world, thank you very much. But seriously, there are no disqualifications in a no-holds-barred match. Only way to win is pinfall or submission. If you could win by disqualification, I think Undertaker would have been disqualified long ago when he hit Roman with the chair. What is up with the legendary commentators like JR and JBL forgetting about how these type of matches work?
Down.
Roman Reigns pulling a Triple H by literally trying to kill The Undertaker with the chair. Dude, did you see how this affected Undertaker 6 years ago? And holy shit, that was 6 years ago? I'm fucking old. The final 5 minutes of this match is Roman spearing Undertaker, waiting a minute or so for him to get up, and then repeat. What a sad ending. At this point, we are just delaying the inevitable. What an amazing final act of defiance from The Undertaker, challenging Roman to finish him off. Respect is given where it's deserved. However, I'm adding those 2 removed sins back because I am disgusted with WWE trying to replicate the final moments of Shawn Michaels vs. Ric Flair, ironically in the same stadium 9 years previous. It worked for them, but not for Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. Wait, what? Why did Roman run off the ropes just to stop and give Undertaker a right hand? Whether that was his intention or if this moment was botched, it's still a sin.
Oh, look out here. Momentum.
WrestleMania 33 ends the same way WrestleMania 32 ended, with Roman running off the ropes way too many times, spearing his opponent, and then winning the main event. If we see Roman do this at next year's Mania, it's pretty obvious that the match is over. And honestly, I would not have had this be the ending of the match. I got nothing against Roman Reigns, to be honest, but even I know there was a better candidate to face Undertaker in his last match, but sadly, we can't see it. Oh yeah, and my fans wanted me to send this just because it's Roman Reigns. Hell, many expected 50 or 100 or even 1,000. So I'm saying right now that it doesn't matter how infuriating it is. I can't just send someone winning a match just because of who they are, because that's not how the sins work. The sin added is directed to those who didn't understand how the sin videos work.
The greatest win in Roman Reigns' career 100 years from now.
You actually expect Roman Reigns to be wrestling 100 years from now in 2117? This is completely unrelated and not going to be sent in this video, but here's a fun fact for you guys. The moment the ending pyro and fireworks went off is the same moment that Grimm and Christian Maracle finally crossed paths and began the hype for the epic future that's yet to come.
And there goes the biggest victory.
What coincidental timing on the replay. At the moment Roman wins the match, you hear Undertaker's theme play in the live feed, as though WWE accidentally played that theme instead of Roman's in the end. All due respect to The Undertaker, I actually wonder why he bothered to put his gear back on if he was just going to remove it again 30 seconds later. There is no words to describe the respect we all have for The Undertaker. Despite the retirement being long overdue, it doesn't change the fact that he is arguably the greatest professional wrestler ever. You can argue with all the people who have had more accomplishments than Undertaker, but there is no one that's more respected than The Undertaker. As a respected salute and farewell to the greatest wrestler of all time, I am giving him the sin removal limit of 100 sins. Especially since Roman did not retire him. Undertaker retired on his own terms.